together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. Just me today, as we have NHL and NBA to go over for today. Get a decent full. We have a full card in the NHL. We get, I believe, 8 games in the NBA, something along those lines. So decent card to go over. So we're not going to waste too much time here. Quick recap over yesterday and what it was yesterday. Yesterday was a down day after a really nice up 7.1 unit day, down 3.5 yesterday. Started off really poor in hockey, 0-2. Had the Kraken game over 6. It finishes 3-2. Had the Blue Jackets money line, which lost. They were up 2-0, and then gave up 5 unanswered goals, so it was 5-2. So that was fun. Ryder, in college basketball, went 0-2. Ryder lost money line there, lost 72-67, and St. Peter's as -8.5 point favorites lose outright. So that's fun there. 0-1 in college football. Western Kentucky got blown out, 52-12. That was just a terrible call there, but happens. And then NBA was actually not bad, 3-1 in the NBA. As the NBA continues to be some better than hockey this year, which doesn't make any sense because that's usually not the way it goes. Lost to the Spurs +6, but got the Pacers -3.5 and the over 247.5. And then the Timberwolves at the last game of the night was a winner as well. So a down day yesterday, strong day in the NBA. Everywhere else was not good. So hopefully today is a better day. So we got that, but we'll head over to the chat and then we will get into today's card. Let's get into the chat. Rangers puck line got the job done. Kraken game over 6. No. Ducks money line. Nope. By the way, I wasn't able to grade all the plays from yesterday. It was a big college basketball card I had to go through, and then we were traveling last night and things along those lines, so I just ran out of time. I will hopefully have the records updated tomorrow. If not, definitely by Monday I will. So there we go. Owen sound attack over 6.5 goals. Loser there in the OHL. All your 3-2 in the AHL, 3-0 in the KHL. There you go. Western Kentucky over was a winner. Army was a winner. Army was very impressive yesterday. I ended up staying off that game, but I wanted Tulane. And I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on Tulane. So there we go. Canisius did not cover either. 12-8 overall. What a game by Army. They looked good last night. They dominated that game. So, yeah, that was impressive by Army. I don't know if they make the playoff because Boise State – I think Boise State earned their spot last night with their win over UNLV. I do. Yep, I got you. Yep, I saw it. Checkers game over. The Monsters game under. Griffins, a bunch of AHL and more AHL. There you go. The Dynamo Moscow. Over 5.5 goals. Okay, I got you. Cool. Kraken puck line. Yeah, I was hoping that we were going to get an empty net there at the end to kind of salvage the push, but nope. Caps money line. Wow, the Caps won yesterday. I'm lucky I didn't bet that game. I wanted the Leafs. Pens. Yeah. Ducks. Stars. Yikes. Columbus. Shane Wright. Anytime goal. There you go. Shane Wright saved you. What a pick. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Miami O -2.5. Marshall +5.5. Texas money line. Penn State +3.5. I am on Penn State. I took Georgia last night at +3. And I've been somebody who's been fading the Bulldogs an awful lot this year. I backed him this time there. I'm tempted on Marshall. Marshall seems very interesting at the plus 5.5 number there. Definitely something that has my attention. And Miami O, the MAC championship game I did not get to at all. Just didn't have any interest there. We also have some FCS today. Yes, we do. I feel so square taking Miami O, but just don't see the way you take the Bobcats. That's fair. I didn't touch the game at all. I would have hit a nice lottery parlay last night if the NHL was better. Swept college football and NBA. There you go. That's one way to go. Shane Wright still being plus 500 for a goal. Its value 7 goals in 8 days, 8 games. Wow. Cannot believe the Wild chose to save Flower for today's game. And once I saw it was Gibson in net for the Ducks, I knew I made a mistake. Yeah, that happens. I believe the Wild continue to dominate the Anaheim Ducks. It's just a team that they have just owned for years. These are OHL. Sudbury. It's not the Blueberry Bulldogs. The Sudbury. No. All right, cool. But yeah, no, I got you. More. Those are the OHL. What do you have in college football yesterday? Just Western Kentucky, which was bad. So, what book do you use? Multiple. Took Army and Boise. There you go. What was your OHL betting? Where are you? Okay, rebet is that, and Bovada. There you go. Is it cheating if I sign up for the contest and use other handicappers plays? I buy that, or it's not cheating? No. No. You're just putting in plays. For all I know, you could be somebody who just takes all of my plays and posts them. Like at the end of the day, it's the plays that you are giving out for that you bet and stuff like that. Then sure, I don't care. I know nothing. How am I supposed to know if you copied it? Everybody has a bunch of different picks, so I wouldn't know, honestly. OHL is obscure, and I can see how you can find an edge on that. Yeah. What's good, Nathan? Yes, it's mainly totals. There you go. Trouba to the Ducks. Yeah, I kind of like that move. I kind of like Trouba to the Ducks. There you go. Montana State minus 17.5. Oh, boy. I have to get up. NCAA. My numbers for that because I did not have it up. But how many let's see, if this will load, there we go. Montana State. I have them as a 16.5, 17-point favorite. Yeah, FCS day, yeah. I was pretty high on CBJ Tunic. I just took a shot as a dog. I mean, it wasn't my favorite bet in the world, but fading the Canucks at a plus 190 price tag at home was, I thought, a good idea. NBA's next best sport now. It's still baseball. It'll always be baseball, but right now, results-wise, yes, the NBA has been better than the NHL, which is shocking. Idaho minus 14. I have it in 11. So see value on Lehigh in that game. Today's NHL card is tricky. Yeah, I have a couple spots I like. I'm not signing up for the contest, but I'm saying someone. I'm just saying someone could do that. Not me though. Yes, yeah, anybody could sign up and put in plays. That doesn't bother me. My best bet: Caps money line and bargain bid. Shane Wright hit. There you go. Caps money line was nice with the Pens one. The Pens did not win. Sabres game day. Where's Tim? He's off to work. He's driving. Morning. What's good, Markel? I think I like Texas money line, Oregon money line. I am on the opposite sides on both. I'm on Georgia and I'm on Penn State. Tim, go Nuggies, go. I will be on the Nuggies today. Their team total over. 2-2 in the third period for my KHL, but we need more goals. There you go. Kaprizov is him. Kaprizov has turned into a superstar this year. Last year, he was a star. This year, he's really turned into the superstar. He is a top 10 player in the NHL right now. I truly think so now. I was skeptical last year. He's proved it this year. 7 games in the FBS. Okay. South Dakota State minus 21. I have them as a 27.5, 28 range. CBJ team total over 2.5. Brutal loss. Scores 2 goals in the first period, 0 the rest. Ouch. Lehigh to win the FCS. There you go. I'm on the Capitals. All right. But let's get into today's card. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the NBA. We'll go through this relatively quick because my breakdowns are not the longest for the NBA. So let's get into it. The Charlotte Hornets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers 13-point road favorites, total 218.5 in this game. Line opened up at Cleveland minus 11.5. Is now a minus 13. Line opened up 222. It's now 218. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards these Cavaliers. And looking at the cash flow in this one here, as I have college football stuff up, I need college. All right, not college. I need NBA stuff now. There we go. We have 76% of the tickets are on the Cavaliers. If this will load for the cash flow, that would be cool. Or is it going to have me log in? It's going to have me log in. So let's get that done real quick. Hopefully that works. There we go. 76% of tickets, 81% of cash on the Cavaliers. It has gone from an 11.5 to a 13. 96% of tickets, 94% of the cash on the over in this one as well. Cavaliers 20-3 on the year, 17-6 ATS, 14-9 over under, 7-2 on the road. Charlotte 6-16, 13-9 ATS, 9-12-1 over under, 5-8 at home. Cleveland coming in on 3 straight wins. They are coming in off of a win against the Denver Nuggets in their last game, 126-114. On the flip side, Charlotte's coming in on a 7-game losing streak. They've really struggled, but they have covered in 4 of the 7 games that they've lost. So this has the feel that this could be a game where Charlotte does cover. Do I have any interest in Charlotte in this game? No. Do I want to lay 13 on the road with the Cavaliers? No. It would be under or nothing, I think, in this game, but not going to get involved with the first game of the day. That's a 13.5 point spread, so pass. Let's see. That Habs and Caps game is tricky. I'm kind of interested in Montreal. Would Barzal be in the 4 Nations if healthy? I think so, because he was projected to be on Team Canada for the Olympics a couple of years ago as a fourth liner. So I think he would be in there. I think he would be where Jarvis is. I think he would be that 4th or that 5th center for them. I think that's where he would be placed. Tage Thompson, goal ladder. He likes playing on December 7th. 5 goals 2 years ago against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Yeah. What do you mean, Tim? Yeah. I think Barzal will be on the 3rd line. Yeah, I can see that. It's an interesting stat, yeah. Incarnate Word, minus 11. I have Incarnate Word as an 8.5. Mercer minus 9.5. I have that at a 9.5. North Dakota State minus 24. I have them at a 25. Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, I had the over in that game. I remember that. Yeah, that's okay. All right, that's it for if you get. There you go. Hard to pass. Had to pass. Yeah. Yep. Pass. I see Mr. Numbers is back in the comment section. He is? Oh, yeah, he was for that. Yeah. But we'll move on to the next game here. The Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Thunder 8-point road favorites, total of 225 in this game. Line opened up at a 7 and is now an 8. Line opened up at a 226. It's now a 225. So a 1-point line movement towards the under, 1-point line movement towards the Thunder. We have 78% of the tickets and 70% of the cash is on the Thunder in this game. The lines have at least moved towards them. And then we have 80% of the tickets and 80% of the cash on the over here as well. Let's take a look at the matchup in this spot. We do have the Thunder coming in off of a 129-92 win over the Toronto Raptors. They've now won back-to-back games in 6 of their last 7, so they've been playing really well as of late. On the flip side, the New Orleans Pelicans are coming in off of a 2-point win against the Phoenix Suns, a game that was just a fishy line because now then that snapped a 9-game losing streak for the Pelicans. They're 5-18 now on the year. I do not want the Pelicans off of a win. That's one thing I know for sure. But do I want the Thunder laying 8 on the road? Not particularly. The Thunder have been playing well. They've been blowing out teams. They won last game by 37 points. They won the previous game by 27 points. Granted, they played the Jazz and the Raptors, and probably the Pelicans are, around that level, probably worse than them. It's definitely Thunder or nothing, but this is also the last game of a road trip or the last game of it's just a 2-game road trip. And they play the Dallas Mavericks next, which I think is a little bit more of an important game than the Pelicans in this spot here. Yeah, do the Thunder win? Probably. Do they cover? Maybe. Am I going to be laying 8 on the road with them? No. So pass here for me. No interest in this one. Thunder as a good parlay piece. Yeah. Oklahoma City team total over 116.5. I could see that. Lehigh plus 14. South Dakota State minus 21. Abilene Christian plus 24. FCS picks today. There you go. Lean Thunder, but pass. No need to force anything on a Saturday. Yep. No. Pell spread. I would only look towards the Thunder in that game, but not a game I'm getting involved with. This one I am, and you guys know exactly where I'm going with this game. Let's get into it. The Denver Nuggets are taking on the Washington Wizards. The Nuggets are 14-point road favorites, total of 232 and a half in this game. Line opened up at a 232. It was a 232 and a half. A couple when I typed up the show, it's now 234. So we do have a move towards the over, one move towards the Denver Nuggets, so that everything kind of correlates there. 82% of tickets, 87% of the cash is on the Nuggets. 74% of tickets, 75% of the cash is on the over in this game. The Nuggets are coming in off of a 12-point loss, so this is definitely a get-right spot game for the Denver Nuggets, and they're playing a Washington Wizards team that I've had a bet on the last 12, 13 Washington Wizards games, and the team total overs against them continue to come through. They gave up 137 points last game to the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going right back to it. This should come as no surprise. Whenever I look through an NBA card and I see a team, or I see the Washington Wizards on the card, I look and try to find who they're playing and take their team total over, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Team total over 124.5 for the Denver Nuggets, minus 110 over on Fanatics. Just going to continue with betting team total overs against the Washington Wizards. So Nuggets team total over in this game at 124.5. 31 plus Nuggies. I could definitely see that. Nugget smash. There you go. What a Westbrook former team. Don't trust the Nuggets to blow out. Me neither. But I trust them to score points against a Wizards team that doesn't play defense. Wizards team total under 109.5. All right. Give me those ECU Pirates plus 10.5 on the hardwood. That would be fun. Pull off the upset against South Carolina. Wanted to do Cavs 26-30. I could see that. I could see a blowout for them there. Nuggets team total over locked in. There you go. But we'll keep on going here. 4 games remaining. The Dallas Mavericks taking on the Toronto Raptors in this one here. The Mavericks 9.5-point road favorites. So we've had a bunch of road favorites to start here. 4 road favorites to start the card of at least 8.5. It's just been it looks like this could be blowout central today in the NBA, the National Blowout Association. The line opened up at an 8. It's now an 8.5. So we do have a half-point line movement towards Dallas. And all these lines are moving towards the favorites. Last time we saw that, all 4 favorites covered on that slate. Definitely something to keep an eye on when we see all these lines moving towards the favorites. The favorites generally do cover. Line opened up at a 236.5. It's down to a 234.5 in this one here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot where we have 76% of tickets and 78% of cash is on the Mavericks. 77% of the tickets and 69% of the cash is on the over here as well. Another game I have really no interest in. It's a bunch of big favorites today, so don't be surprised if my NBA action is very, very limited today. I think this is a good. I don't know about a good spot for either team. The Mavericks do have the Thunder coming up, so maybe they don't care as much about the Raptors. The Raptors are coming in off an embarrassing loss, so I guess Raps or nothing, but ultimately not a game I'm going to get involved with here. Uh, you're an idiot. Kelly, go ahead and take them Wizards. What? Who? All right. Oh, Bailey. Map smash. That's a bit harsh, right? Oh, Gafford 20+ points, and the Nuggets minus 14. Yeah, I see the Nuggets blowing them out tonight, but I don't want to lay anything with them in that spot. So we will move on here as we will keep on a little bit of a brisk pace here. The New York Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. The Knicks are 9.5-point favorites. This line opened up at an 11.5, though it's down to a 9.5. So we have a 2-point line moving here towards the Pistons in this game. Finally, we have a line move towards a underdog in this one. Line opened up 222. It's now at 226, so move towards the over here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game, 80% of the tickets, 71% of the cash is on the Knicks, and the line's moving towards these Pistons, suggesting they are a live underdog in this game. 85% of the tickets and 90% of the cash is on the over as well. The Knicks have dominated this matchup. They have won 10 straight games against these Detroit Pistons. The Knicks are coming in off of 4 straight wins. They're coming in off of a 24-point win against the Charlotte Hornets in their last game at home. Is this the last of a 4-game? Yes, this is the last of a 4-game homestand for them here, where they've won the first 3. So nice, successful homestand. The Pistons are coming in off 3 straight losses. They played a competitive-ish game against the Boston Celtics. They covered as 12-point dogs in a 130 to 120 loss against Boston. They've had a few days off for rest here in this one. I'm interested in the Pistons in this game getting the points in this spot. The best I can find is over on Bet365 plus 9.5 minus 105. Give me the Pistons in this spot. I look at this matchup, and I think this is a team that could be a little bit live. They're coming in on 3 straight losses, so that's not something you particularly want to see. And they do play Boston next game as well, but that's all the way on the 12th, so they have a few days off after this. The Knicks, after this, will head to Toronto on the 9th. But this is the last game of a 4-game homestand. Maybe they can be a little complacent after winning the first 3 games and kind of dominating them. 118-85 against New Orleans, 121-106 against Orlando, and 125-101 against Charlotte. I think this is a spot where maybe this is a little bit of a flat game for the Knicks, the last game of homestand. I think there's a very live dog here in this spot. Give me the Pistons at plus 9.5 at minus 105. Let's see. Morning, Nick. What's good? Untouchable. Pistons plus 9. Yeah. K 25 plus points. Yeah. Pistons 9.5. Detroit Lions energy tonight. Love it. Yeah. I love that Lions team. They're so much fun. Pistons plus 10 at minus 110. I would love to know where you're getting a plus 10. I'm seeing on Sticks 10.5 at minus 144. I'm seeing 10 on Fliff minus 125. So I guess, yeah. Cat 12 plus rebounds. Solid NHL day yesterday. Capitals in the under. Rangers puck line. Wild puck line. Canucks in the over. Knights in the under. There you go. Pistons plus 320. Go for a bomb. That's yeah. I think they're very live for that. Army money line was free last night. Yeah, I was. I leaned Tulane in that game. I'm just glad I didn't bet it because I would have bet Tulane on that spot. Nice untouchable. I was playing that yesterday a bit too sharp. There you go. The Red Wings are sad. They are. They're a bad team. They're bad. I got it earlier. There you go. I like the Wings today. I like a lot of dogs today. I have a couple dogs that I have circled, including the St. Louis Blues. I think are probably one of my favorite dogs of the day. But there's a couple others that I was kind of looking at. I only see 9.5 now. That's fair. If you got it earlier, it's no big deal. We'll move on, though. It's crazy that we have a 7-game NBA slate, and this is the smallest favorite of the day. It's the Boston Celtics at home. They're 6-point favorites in this game, total of 238.5. Line opened up 7.5, down to a 6.5. Got down to a 6, but there was a little bit of buyback there once it got to the 6. Line opened up 234. It's now 239.5. A big move towards this over here as well. 73% of tickets and 79% of cash will do that. And then 72% of tickets and 64% of cash is on the Celtics. And the line is moved towards the Grizzlies in this one here. This feels like a spot the Grizzlies are alive. And we've seen with the Celtics team is one thing they've kind of struggled to do is cover as favorites this year. They are 19-4, but they're 9-14 ATS. This is a team that is bad at covering. I don't bet against them often. I think this is a good spot to do it. They're 9-1 straight up, but 2-8 in their last 10 games. So probably the Celtics win, but the Grizzlies cover. So I mean, I'm getting 6.5 points with the Memphis Grizzlies in this spot. Let me see what the best available number is for this one. 6.5 at minus 105 over on ESPN Bet. Sign me up for a little Grizzlies action here. I think this line move kind of is indicative. This Celtics team, they're winning basketball games. I'm going to challenge them to cover a game now. And I don't bet against this Celtics team very often because they are still one of the best in the NBA. But I should be betting against them more often because they're not covering numbers. They're an overvalued commodity. And they're kind of reminding me of Georgia football. You don't want them as big favorites. And at this number, I can only look towards the Grizzlies. And I'm going to take them here plus 6.5 at minus 105. So let me give me a little Grizzlies action here in this one against the Celtics. Grizz money line. Wow, give me the Grizzlies outright. Okay, well, people on the same page here. I took Memphis. Something weird about this line, right? They're the smallest favorite on the card, the Boston Celtics, and they're at home. Red Wings are my favorite original 6 team. I want to say Toronto, not Toronto. I don't know who mine would be. White 10+. John Morant over 20.5 points. I can see that. Blues money line per usual, going to wait a little bit for a bigger plus price tag. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but I gave it out for a short on for winners and whiners. The Blues money line. I've been riding this Blues team since they fired Bannister and they hired Montgomery. Like, I'm going to keep riding with the Blues until then. Boston minus 6 and the over. And Klay Thompson under 11.5 points. Fair. We'll keep on going here. Believe this is the last game of the NBA card. Here as we have the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns. My bad. This is now the smallest favorite because now they're a 6. This line opened up at a 4, got up to a 6.5. It's now down to a 6. So we still do have a 1.5 move towards the Miami Heat. Line opened up 220.5. It's now 222. So we have a move towards the over here as well. 87% of tickets and 71% of cash is on the over in this game. The line's moving towards the over. We have 58% of tickets and 60% of cash on the Heat, and the line's moving towards them. So at least the market's showing a little bit of respect here towards the Miami Heat. Is this a game I'm getting involved with? No, I'm not going to force action at the end of the night here. It'd be Heat or nothing. If I'm playing, I'm laying on this one here. 10-10, 9-10, 9-11 ATS though, 5-4 at home. This Heat team is generally not one I want to be laying points at home with. We did take them last game. I've got them, I believe, at minus 130, and they beat the Lakers by 41 points. I definitely don't want a team after a 41-point win, ever. That's just not a spot that I'm going to look to back a team. But on the flip side, I mean, you have the Suns coming off of a loss against the Pelicans. So, I mean, maybe that's a bounce back spot for the Suns. But I have no interest in this game whatsoever. This is a simple pass for me. Public sees Clay Price like that, and they're going to be all over it. Fair. Holloway anytime goal, former team, hometown guy. Wow. There you go. Suns plus 6. Suns spread. Took the Suns. Pass. Beal 20+ points, and Hero under 23.5 points at minus 120. All right. We'll make the transition, though, from the hardwood to the ice as we have the Buffalo Sabres and the Utah Hockey Club in this one here. The Sabres minus 120 favorites in this game, total 6 in this spot. And, yeah, my numbers actually like the Sabres a little bit in this game. The one thing that's the tough part in this game is trusting Buffalo to play a full 60 minutes. They led, I believe, in the last couple games, and they've lost both those games. Buffalo, they are coming in off of now 5 straight losses to the Sabres, and they're favored in this game, which is interesting. They are coming in off of an overtime loss against the Winnipeg Jets in their last game. They do play the they do continue their homestand 2 more games after this against the Red Wings and against the Rangers before hitting the road to play the Capitals. On the flip side, we have the Utah Hockey Club. They're coming in off of a 2-1 loss against the Dallas Stars. So they lost in their last game there. That was all the way back on December the 2nd. So they've had a few days off. And after this, they continue their road trip to Colorado and then San Jose. So kind of a tricky game here. They've had a lot of rest time. I would only look Buffalo in this game. My numbers for this game, my projections have the Sabres around a -140 in this spot. So I kind of see value in the -120 with the Sabres. Just don't really want to lay a price with them. And I have this game projected for 6.44 goals. So seeing this game priced at a 6 and juice towards the under does kind of interest me in an over in this game. If I'm looking to bet anything, it's Buffalo in the over. I don't feel the need to force action here in this first game of the day, though. But it would be Buffalo in the over or nothing. Screw you, Harrow. There you go. Coyotes picks. He's been balling. Sabres money line. Dylan Cousins anytime goal plus 400. Sabres get right spot. They played in the Avs. They played the Avs and the Jets well enough to trust. I am super tempted on the Sabres in this game. I am under 6.5. It's a 6 though. Pass. Yes. Paterka 2+ points. Thompson 2+ points. Same game parlay. Paterka. Yep. Sabres first period Sabres could be an interesting look as well. If you're looking to cut the game down from them, because we've seen them have good starts. They had an awesome start against Colorado. They kind of struggle, or I think they were tied at the end of the first period against Winnipeg. Sabres first periods -120 over on Caesars, -130 everywhere else. -125 on Bet365. I'm gonna pull the trigger on them. Give me the Buffalo Sabres in this spot here. And I'm seeing 5.5 now, which makes me really interested in the over in this one. 5.5 is around -130, so not a spot that I'm gonna go ahead and lay the number there, but -125 Buffalo Sabres. I'm gonna take another chance on them here. Sabres Nation. Yeah, I'll take a shot here. -125 Buffalo in this game. Let's keep it going. Philadelphia Flyers, Boston Bruins in this one here. Bruins -155, -160 favorites, total 5.5 in this game. Now, the Bruins have been playing an awesome defensive game since they fired Montgomery. When you look at their advanced metrics, they're only giving up 2.151 expected goals against over the last 10 games. So it's no surprise that they've been playing a lot of unders. And I think this 5.5 number is correct. I have this game projected for 5.6 goals, 5.65 goals. So I think this line is pretty spot on for that. As for the side, I think the side's about right as well. I have Boston on -150 in this game. I will definitely be rooting for the Boston Bruins in this game, as I have under points with the Philadelphia Flyers, and if they can continue to lose, that'd be great. They're coming off of that 7-5 loss against Florida. For me, Boston's an under team. Philly's a mixture right now. I don't know what to think about Philly totals wise, but I think if this was a 6, I'd be on the under in this game. I don't think Boston games should really be having 6s right now. Which, can I get a 6 in this game, or is it all 5.5s? You can get a 6 on FanDuel for -128 for those interested in that. I would lean under at the 6 number, but at 5.5, it's enough for me to stay off. So another just a pass here for me. Lean towards an under in this game, if anything. Sabres puck line, no. Or maybe. I think the money line is reasonable at -125. Bruins puck line. Draw, also lean under in Bruins. I could see the draw in this game. The Flyers have been an overtime machine as of late. Flyers are the better team. Maybe. Boston, I think, is the better overall team, personally. Under 5.5. I think both these teams, their ceiling is a wild card spot, though, at the very highest. Flyers are scoring goals, but the Boston Bruins are playing really strong defensively, so we'll see. When the Flyers play, I pass. That's very fair. Day game at the TD Garden, Bruins money line. All right. We'll move on here. Winnipeg Jets and Chicago Blackhawks. The Jets are coming in off that overtime win, which I believe snapped a decent losing streak for them. And the Blackhawks, what did they do in their last game? I'm trying to remember what they did in their last game. The Blackhawks are coming in off of their fourth straight loss. They lost 4-2 to the Boston Bruins. They've kind of been struggling as of late, 2-7-1 over their last 10 games. On the flip side, the Winnipeg Jets are 4-6 over their last 10 games. They won 3-2 in overtime against Buffalo, which snapped a 4-game losing streak against St. Louis, Dallas, Vegas, and LA. And this was a team that I've been fading a decent amount, this Winnipeg Jets team. I had St. Louis, I had Vegas, I had LA, or did I have I had Dallas, and I had LA. I don't know if I got to the Vegas game or not. But this is a Winnipeg Jets team that even their advanced metrics suck right now. Like, this is a team that's continuously losing expected goal battles. They're giving up 3.707 expected goals expected goals against over the last 10 games. And this is a team that I want to fade until further notice. So yeah, I'm going to take a shot at the Chicago Blackhawks in this game. You're getting them at plus 160 over on Bet365. Give me Chicago in this game. I don't think they should be this big of dogs, especially with the way that Winnipeg is playing. And I reiterate, granted, yes, they won in overtime in their last game against Buffalo. They struggled in that one there. But as I reiterated last time they played, they haven't had back-to-back home games where they didn't have to travel to the next game since November the 9th. They were at home against Dallas, then to the Rangers, to the Lightning, to the Panthers, home against the Panthers, to Pittsburgh, to Nashville, to Minnesota, to LA, to Vegas, to Dallas, home against St. Louis. Then they go to Buffalo. Now they're in Chicago, and now they'll head home to play Columbus, and then they'll finally get a second home game in a row against Boston. So they have been through an absolutely brutal stretch. This is the last game of the road trip, the entire road trip there, where they played, 8 of 9 games on the road. Like, this has been, 8 of 10 games on the road. This has been brutal for this Jets team. And I think this is one where they're just ready to go home. I'm going to take a shot here with the dog. Give me the Blackhawks at plus 160. I think this is a good spot for Chicago here in this one. Let's see. Drew, you bet the minus 155 money line and not the minus 1.5, but not the minus 1.5. But for the Sabres, you put the minus 1.5 when the money line is reasonable. Do the Bruins minus 1 at least. That's a fair look. Hawks plus 1.5. Jets in the under. I am high on the do angle today. Okay. Blackhawks money line. Yep. I can't stand these dusty birds. Not as much as the flightless birds, though. Fair. Hawks puck line. Kyle O'Connor, anytime goal. Told you guys I was going to the Hawks today. There you go. Do we really have to back the Bears money line tomorrow as a system play? The Bears last played the Lions, and the Bears are you would fade the Lions, or you'd fade the Bears. You'd fade the Bears in this one, because they played the Lions their last game. You would fade the Bears in that spot, which would mean you would be betting on. I forgot who the Bears are playing tomorrow. The Bears are playing the Niners. Interesting. They fired the coach angle. I forgot about that. They fired Eberflus. It's two systems clashing against each other. You like to fade the team that just played the Lions, but I also want to back a team off of firing their head coach. So, Arizona State money line college football. I think Iowa State money line is the best bet on the college football board today. I am super high on Iowa State there. I lean the other way. Pass, fair. Bears. I like Bears plus 3.5 against the 49ers. That's an interesting look. I need to get my picks in later for it. I know the only side I have picked out so far for contest picks is the Jaguars at plus 3.5. I need to figure out. I think I'm going to have the Panthers at 13.5. And I don't know from there. I think I had the Steelers and the Jets written down. I'm not sure though. It's a crappy card tomorrow. I'm not betting San Fran. Yeah. Niners smash. 49ers are playing for draft picks now. Fair. They just got embarrassed, so I really don't want to fade them there. Let's move on. The Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Islanders. The Hurricanes minus 175 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Now, at home, the Islanders are usually decent favorites, and you can get a good number betting against them. You're definitely not getting that today, as the Hurricanes are minus 185 to minus 200 favorites. So you're not getting a good number to bet against the Islanders today. The Islanders are coming in on 2 straight losses, and they've lost 5 of their last 6 and 8 of their last 10. It's been a rough stretch for them. They have received points in half those games because they have a few overtime losses sprinkled in there, but they're now in last place in the Metropolitan Division. They've really struggled this year, and that is without Barzal. That's without Duclair. That's without Pellich. They're without some of their top guys. On the flip side, the Carolina Hurricanes are coming in off of a bounce-back win to snap a 3-game losing streak. They beat the Colorado Avalanche 5-3 there, and they will go back home, though, after this, the Hurricanes, and play San Jose. They'll play Ottawa, and they'll play Columbus. Now, this is the first meeting of the two teams since the Hurricanes knocked out the Islanders in last year's first round of the playoffs, a 4-1 series win for the Hurricanes there. So that's something, I guess, to keep an eye out for. I mean, I don't when I projected this game out, I had this game projected closer towards a pick'em. The question is, do you trust the Islanders right now? And, I mean, the answer should be no, but, I mean, I expect them to kind of step up after that bad loss against the Seattle Kraken in their last game. On the flip side, the Hurricanes, they've not been playing their best hockey as of late. I kind of want, and I haven't bet the Islanders much. I'm kind of interested in them at this big plus price tag. And the Islanders are not a team I have any interest in as a big favorite at all. Don't have any interest in that there. But at plus 175, I'm going to take a shot here. I haven't bet them in forever. So this is not a biased player or anything like that. I have been leaning more against them than betting on them recently. But at plus 175 over on Caesars, I'm going to take a shot here. Islanders money line for me. Plus 175 tonight against Carolina. I look for them to step up after the bad loss against Seattle. And we have the Avalanche coming in off of a nice win there. So there we go. Stop it. Get some help on the Niners game. Yeah. Isles plus 1.5. Dustin Tokarski in that. Ooh, I like to hear that for the Canes. I like to hear that. The Canes team total over. Yeah, that's probably a decent look. That's a better look than laying a puck line or anything like that with them. Isles puck line. Sebastian Aho anytime goal. If it goes to overtime, Natchez is going to score. How can you not bet Natchez anytime goal? Simple. I don't bet props. But we will continue on here where we have the San Jose Sharks and the Florida Panthers. The Panthers minus 370 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. What have the Panthers done as of late to really show they should be laying minus 370? And I get it. It's the San Jose Sharks. They're in the middle of a road trip. They're coming in off of a terrible loss, the San Jose Sharks. They lost 8-1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning in their last game. It was the third game of a road trip. They have 2 more games on this road trip. They go to Carolina, then St. Louis before they head home to play Utah. Florida, they're coming in off of a nice 7-5 win. But like, why not Sharks first period in this game? They step up. They play well at least through the first period. What's first period plus a half? Because even at this line, it's probably wide enough where you can get Sharks first period plus a half at a reasonable number. Minus 120, minus 118 on FanDuel, minus 120 on DraftKings. I'm interested in the Sharks first period in this game if I'm betting anything in this spot. The ultimate question is, do I trust the Sharks here at this point? And I think this is actually a great spot to bet back the Sharks. Sorry. And I would like to move on them in the first period here. And I want to just go money line, go for the score in this one here. As much as I would love to take the Sharks at plus 310 full game, I think that Florida can take over late. So it's plus 220 over on FanDuel. Sharks first period here. Sometimes you got to go swimming with the Sharks. I'm going to take a shot here, plus 220 with the Sharks in this one. I like a few dogs today. And you have 3 straight games with dogs. So there you go. UMBC plus 8.5, Wright State plus 6.5, Navy minus 3.5, New Mexico State plus 20.5 for college basketball. There you go. Sharks plus 2.5 is minus 140. Not a bad look there. Barkov 7 points in the last 5 games. Wow. Florida is showing some holes on defense. They kind of are. Matthew Tkachuk 10 points in the last 5 games. Sharks plus 1.5. Florida team total over 4.5 at plus 145 and the over 6.5. You would think that the Sharks would want to step up defensively a little bit after giving up 8 goals to the Lightning in their last game. That's why I like the first period. I expect them to step up early. I don't know about full game, trusting them for a full 60 minutes, but first 20 minutes, I think the Sharks will be leading. I will add Sharks to my money line, to my lottery parlay. There you go. Barkov assist, Reinhart goal, same game parlay. There you go. I lean Sharks, so probably no, but I wouldn't bet that, but that's just me though. We'll move on. The Ottawa Senators and the Nashville Predators. The Senators minus 125, total 6 in this game. Ottawa is a tricky team this year because they're one of those teams that everybody expects to get better and they just never do. I think this line's correct. I have this game priced around 120. I have absolutely no interest in the Nashville Predators. I'll promise you that right now. Nashville is bet against or pass right now. Like I want to back the Nashville Predators approximately as much as I want to back the Pittsburgh Penguins right now, and that's 0. I want nothing to do with the Nashville Predators. They are 7-14-6. They're 7-20 on the money line this year. So this should be let's just keep fading Nashville. But this is a system play. Nashville is coming in off of a shutout loss in their last game. My bad. This is a system play. So I will be on this one as well. This is beginning to be a big card for me today. This will be an over for me, and I can get 5.5 minus 120 over on Bet365. It's the team off of a shutout loss angle for me in this one. Over 5.5 and minus 120 over on Bet365. Other than that, I really didn't. I mean, I have this game projected at a 6, so I think at the 5.5, there's value there. But yeah. There you go. Ottawa money line. Yeah, I would only look Ottawa. I have no interest in the Predators whatsoever. Next time I'll have interest in the Predators if they fire their head coach. Sharks game under 6.5 goals. Sens money line. This game is super tricky. It kind of is. KHL bet is a loss. Damn. Okay. I gotta lean Sens, but wouldn't be surprised if Saros steals that game. Fair. Nashville coach is going to get fired next. Yeah. Sens minus 1.5. Preds game over 5.5. I like that. If Preds lose, coach gets fired 10,000%. I could see that. I could see them ready for a new change. A team that should be ready for a new change is Detroit here as well. They should, and I know he's loved as a player there. Fire Yzerman already. The Yzer plan is not working, and the Red Wings have proved it year after year after year after year. The Yzer plan is not working. This core is not working, and nothing is working for this Detroit Red Wings team. We have the Colorado Avalanche taking on these Detroit Red Wings. The Avalanche minus 185 to minus 200 favorites now in this game. Do I have any interest in laying a number with them on the road like this? No, absolutely not. I have this game projected for about 6.05 goals, or six goals, my bad. So I think that the under has a little bit of merit, but I have absolutely no interest in the Colorado or Avalanche unders right now. They're 15-9-3 to the over this year. I just don't trust their goaltending for an under. They've given up 5-4-4-5 in their last 4 games. They gave up 1 against Vegas, but previous to that, 8-4-1-2-5. Like, this is a team that's just giving up goals in bunches where I don't trust them for an under. Absolutely not. And on the flip side, the Detroit Red Wings, I mean, you would think there's value at plus 150 with this Red Wings team, the way that the Avalanche have played this year. They're 14-13, the Avalanche. I still think they're a playoff team. And they'll make the playoffs out of the Central Division. I would lean Avalanche. I mean, I would, but not at minus 185, minus 200. Not going to happen there on the road for them. So this is an easy stay off spot. This has the feeling of the only way you cash a bet in this game is laying juice with them, because I could see this game being a draw as well. So Back to the chat. We'll move on to the next one. Maybe Preds lose on purpose, potentially. I could see Annan in that, but I don't know yet. Fair. I have so many bets today. Yeah, I'm big and be like that too. Abs team total over. I can see that. My instinct says Wings money line. Got to trust that. Sabres money line. Now that's good money. I did move on the Buffalo Sabres. They're real deal prime. I am on the Buffalo Sabres. Pass. Send team total over 3.5. I am on the real deal side today. Yep. Under 6.5. How long is Darlene expected out? I don't know. Turka, and TNT. Tage Thompson. There you go. Abs money line. That's minus 200. But yeah. Abs money line on a parlay. Yeah, I can see that as well. Oops, I accidentally almost skipped a game. Toronto Maple Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins. We have the Maple Leafs minus 155 favorites with a total of 6 in this game. Two teams I wasn't the highest on heading into the year. Obviously, way lower on the Pittsburgh Penguins than I was the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Penguins are coming in off of a loss yesterday that snapped their 4-game winning streak, a 4-2 loss in New York against the Rangers. On the flip side, the Leafs off of a 3-1 loss against the Capitals last night. They've gone under in 3 straight games. This has been a good defensive team, this Toronto Maple Leafs team. Should the Maple Leafs be favored in this game? Yeah. Should they be minus 155 favorites in this game? I don't know about that. My numbers have them more along the lines of 130, 125, 130 range. So really don't have an interest in the side in this game. As for the total, I have this game projected for 6.19 goals. So I think this total is about right. So ultimately, no play here for me. I have no interest in the Penguins, so it'd be Leafs or pass. It'd be Leafs -1 if you have to bet it there, but no interest in this game whatsoever. 32 games bet already. Wow. Yeah, that's Saturdays for you. Leafs -155 money line parlay. Yep. This game is also super tricky. Yep, it is. May the hockey gods be with all of us today and everyone money. Everyday money. Yep. Can only lean Leafs. Yeah. How do you do the -1 again? It is this calculator. That is the -1 calculator right there. Under 6. Yeah, with the way the Maple Leafs are playing, I can definitely see that. Yep, I just did. Matthews, anytime goal. Yeah. Don't like the travel spot for the Leafs today. Yeah, both teams are on back-to-back, though. Leafs bounce back spot. I could see Matthews anytime goal being a better play. That's fair. So we'll move on here. 3 games remaining. This is a game I kind of do like, though. The Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals. The Capitals -140 favorites, total 6 in this game. Montreal is coming in off of a win. They won 3-0 in their last game against the Nashville Predators. Strong defensive effort there from Montreal in that game. They and offensively, they look good in that spot there. On the flip side, we have Washington coming in off of a 3-1 win against Toronto yesterday. So a second half of a back-to-back for these Washington Capitals. And I'm very interested in Montreal in this game. This will be just a back-to-back for the Capitals. Their previous game before that was on December the 3rd, the overtime loss against San Jose. My numbers have this game at a pick in this spot. Montreal's numbers have been really strong as of late, and at home with Washington on back-to-back and travel. I think this is an awesome spot to back the Montreal Canadiens. We backed them in their last game against the Nashville Predators, and we're going to do it again here today. Give me Les Habitants +125. I think this game, getting a +125 price tag on the Montreal Canadiens is a nice little value here in this spot. I don't know if Washington should be -150 on the road in the second half of a back-to-back. So especially after just beating the Leafs. Now they'll continue on the road for one more game. But that's not until December the 12th when they play Columbus. So a little bit of a break for them after this game. I'm going to be on Montreal at +125. I think it's a good spot here for the Habitants. And their offense has looked better since Line has been entered back in the lineup. So Caps -140, under 6. Hot. Yep. Habs are hot since Line returned. These Caps look good. Yeah. Line goal. Habs money line, like the Habs there. Caps and the Wild are the two best teams in the NHL. I would agree with the Wild there. I think the Caps are good. I don't know if they're I don't know if they're the best. I would still have Carolina over them for the East. So I don't even think the Caps are not the best. Habs money line, yeah. McMichael plus 160. He helped me cash a plus 400 same game parlay yesterday. There you go. Logan Thompson is not that great. Yeah. Caps are legit. Caps are not the best. That McMichael goal was a horrible Leafs breakdown. Yeah. Caps are overvalued. I like the Caps coach. Yeah. We'll keep it going here. Talking about another one of the best teams in the NHL. We have the Minnesota Wild taking on the LA Kings. Minus 140 for the Kings in this game. Are you kidding me? Total of 5.5 in this spot. Now, the Kings' numbers have been pretty good, but they should be in no way, shape, or form be minus 140 in this game. No way. I refuse to believe that. And yes, I get it. The Minnesota Wild are dealing with injuries. It's the second half of a back-to-back for the Wild as well. They just were in Anaheim last night. Anaheim to LA was not a big deal, and it was a relatively easy win for the Anaheim Ducks. And I get it. Another thing people don't like that it's Fleury today because it was Gustafsson yesterday. Fleury's been okay this year. It's not like he's been a complete sieve. They're winning games with Fleury this year. I mean, I don't get the hate for Flower, and I've been somebody who's been shitting on him the last few years, but he has made 6 starts this year, and he's given up 4 goals in only one of them. Now, granted, he alternates between 2 and 3, but they've won all of his starts. So it's not like they're losing Marc-Andre Fleury's starts. So I don't understand this line moving towards the Kings, making them a bigger favorite. I totally disagree with this. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And I'm going to take the Minnesota Wild in this game at a nice plus price tag. They should not be dogs in this game. Absolutely not. And I'm getting plus 140. Are you kidding me? Yeah, give me Minnesota at plus 140 against the LA Kings in this spot. That's just an incorrect number. And I get it. People are overreacting to Fleury. The guy is 5-0 in his starts this year. So the Wild are winning games with Marc-Andre Fleury and net. So, yeah, I'm going to take some Minnesota Wild here, another dog. And I'll be on one more dog to end the card. But, yes. Wild money line for me, absolutely. Wild and Caps have the best average. That's a fact. Yes. Okay. Kings money line, pass. Kings money line under. Wild minus 160 or Kings minus 162. Now I do not agree with that whatsoever. Wild money line. Kaprizov anytime goal. My bad. Top. NHL top team, Wild, Caps, Jets, Canes, and Leafs. I will take that. I'll take the Jets off of that. I get it. They are off to a nice start, but I thought they massively overachieved. And then your next one was who has Fleury played? Yeah, I mean, you look at the little level of competition. I mean, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, San Jose, Edmonton, and Chicago, and all but Chicago are on the road. So he's played a lot of road games this year, and they're probably back-to-backs. So Faber plus 800 versus anytime goal, former King. Plus 136 is probably a trap. Yeah, it could be, but I don't believe in traps in hockey. I really don't. Let's move on. Final game of the card. The St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers. This one's pretty simple for me. I did a short last night for winners and whiners for this one, and I'm going to bet them now. Plus 230, St. Louis Blues. This is a Blues team that I've just ridden since they hired Jim Montgomery. Should the Oilers be favorites in this game? Yeah, I have them along the lines of 160 favorites in this game. So I do see that the Oilers should be favorites. I'm not saying the wrong team's favor or anything like that, minus 275. It's pretty plain simple. I'm going to back the St. Louis Blues until they lose 2 games in a row. That's pretty simple what I'm going to do. Because what you take a look at what the Blues have done since they've hired Jim Montgomery. They beat the Rangers 5-2. They shut out the Devils 3-0. They lose in overtime against the Flyers, and then they beat the Jets 4-1, and then they beat the Flames 4-3. And all of their wins, they were underdogs. The only game they lost, they were a favorite. So this has been an awesome underdog. The St. Louis Blues, the last 5 games, or their last 4 wins. And I'm going to continue to ride this until the new coaching bump is dead and they lose 2 in a row. I need 2 losses in a row at this point for me to stop backing the St. Louis Blues every single game. So St. Louis here, plus 230 for me, I believe is what I just got on them there. I think this is an awesome price for a team that's hot, that is really responding well to the coaching change. So, yeah, plus 230 here for me. St. Louis Blues to close out the card. I'm going to keep riding them until further notice. Blues money line. Jordan Kyrou plus 225. Blues money line. Blues plus 1.5 and Holloway anytime goal. Pass. Oilers should not be minus 285. Absolutely not. Pickard is better than Skinner. Oilers defense and goaltending sucks. They really do. Buchnevich anytime goal plus 250. What about the under 6.5? I have this game projected for 5.87 goals. So I guess I would lean in that direction, but I think there's more value on the Blues in this game personally. Jake Neighbors 1+ point as well. There we go. But that is everything for today's card. I will be posting all my plays on Cappertek here after the show because I got a lot of college basketball to post as well as college football and hockey and basketball. So I got a lot of stuff to post there. It'll all be on my Cappertek there. If you follow me, I'll give 7 days free of all my plays. But that is everything for today's game, or for today's slate. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. Oh, we have one more chat. Go Sabres. Yes, go Sabres. But that is going to do it for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. We'll catch you guys same time, same place tomorrow for another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Good luck, everyone.